Welcome back, folks, to World of Warships Legends. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today we are on the Pan-Asian Tech Tree second line of the Grom, the destroyer line. This is essentially a Blaiskawiki that is HE and has smoke, but it is a lot of fun. And I do like this line, and trust me, it gets better. I've played the split, and you guys are probably going to have a couple days of split stuff because we've had a lot of fun in that ship as well. This is no different from the rest of the line. That being said, these are currently on sale right now to get cheaper. So the cost of the ship is cheaper right now. That's kind of why I'm making an aggressive push on these. That being said, let's look at the commander. It is Stig Erickson. If you are using Jersey Swirsky, absolutely that works wonderful. Because we're going to use the other free to play commander, obviously, if we can, on the radar ones. So this is showing a build if you are able to do that. Otherwise, just use a Jersey Swirsky. We are using Eric Bay and Jersey Swirsky as our inspirations. We're using Contact as Imminent. Look at me now, perceptive as always, and Sheltered Arms. And this perk comes in very handy, and that's almost why I like Stig Erickson for the other destroyer line and the beginning of this one, right? Because of not being having your main battery get destroyed and your risk of your torpedo launchers not being destroyed, very handy to have actually, and unstoppable for our legendary perk. With that being said, for our upgrades, we are taking aim systems mod 1. We do not have prop mod in 2. It's supposed to, I think, have it built in, but this whole line feels a lot really slow, and they feel slow starting and stopping, and it feels like it needs propulsion mod. And right here, concealment is always in the third slot. Now, for your upgrades, I do this on this ship. I took the targeting systems, because the range is really handy on a cruiser, especially one with good HE like this to start fires. The artillery, and then the last one, the hull, for the little bit extra health in the rudder shift. That's just me. You could do them in any order. There isn't, like, I wouldn't say there's one way better than the others. This ship has two smokes. They are handy to get out of trouble, or if you do want to farm damage. In this, we have to get rid of your destroyer counterpower. And for the last slot, engines boost. Now, this actually has a better than average defensive AA at 300%. Now, the AA is not great on this, but the consume engine boost is actually only 5%. So you could either take the bigger boost to your AA or a bad engine boost. Either one, could see the argument for. This thing does not have wonderful AA on it, so the match you guys are gonna see, I'm shoot down a couple planes from my carrier, but it is Japanese, so I mean, it's not good AA. I can assure you that. Survivability 15,000 health. That's actually slightly above average for the tier. Uh, Artillery. These are HE only guns, and they are like Blaiskawikis, the difference being only HE. These are quarter pen as well, so you do get 30 millimeters of penetration, meaning at tier 5 you can basically pen everything but belts, and that's what I really like about this ship is these main guns. The fire chance is 9% every 6 seconds on 7 guns, so it's not bad. It's not overly amazing, but definitely. But the being able to pin a lot of stuff with these guns is really helpful. Torpedoes are very, very non-existent, guys. Like the rest of the Pan-Europeans, they are at least quick reloading, but they're not very short, or they're not very long. They are quick though, which is handy, but they don't do much damage at all. I mean, if you hit these with onto a battleship, some of them aren't even gonna feel it. Like, what was that, a mosquito? Granted, if you hit enough or enough mosquito bites will kill you, but it takes a lot of these, I can assure you that. Defensive AA, not good, like I said. Um, but again, having that 300% boost, if you're really getting focused by a carrier, that defensive AA might come in handy to take a couple planes down. I don't know. I just know that the engine boost isn't wonderful either. The His maneuverability is pretty darn good, I feel. I feel like it is really high end maneuverability. Turns well, rudder's good. We're not built into the rudder, and the maximum speed is solid. Concealment and this build is 5-1, so you're going to out detect a lot of stuff out there for the most part. Stats, as you can see here, we have 9 battles. Not crazy, but again, in destroyers, guys, I'm not out damage farming. I am getting rid of other destroyers and worrying about winning matches, right? So if I have the opportunity to damage farm and it comes up, I'll try to help out my team get rid of other players. But generally when there's a destroyer on the board, that's what I'm focused on if I can get to that destroyer. And this thing is no different than the rest of the line. They're pretty good at getting rid of other destroyers. Main gun accuracy, you can see 46%, so not too bad there. Armor, guys, it's a destroyer. You don't want to take unnecessary hits if you don't want to, or if you don't need to. This armor isn't really going to protect you from anything. As we start the match, it's disclaimer time. This is a beginner's video meant to help people new to the ship or new to the game. This is not meant for professional gamers that know everything there is to know about everything in the universe. There are multiple ways to play and build this ship, and I am an above average player, not the world's best. I make mistakes. You may see one in this match. You didn't come here for pronunciations. I'm as good as anybody at slaughtering beautiful languages all the time. With that out of the way here, guys, we are on Northern Waters. And we're up against 2 other destroyers. This is going to be a fun because we're on the open kind of side of the map. I like this side much better in a destroyer. You're not really like cramped, feels less crammed. That being said, guys, this Grom is no different than what you guys have seen from the other part of the line. I really like this line so far, and it's helping me as a destroyer player also getting better with the guns, because you have to rely on your guns in this ship more than your torpedoes, right? These are mosquito bite torpedoes. That's what all the pan-Europeans are. They don't really have good torpedoes. Now, as you can see, as we come in, we're spotted by the carrier. So normally I would have your AA turned off, but once you get detected, you want to have it on. And also, honestly, the AA only starts at 3.5 anyway, so you're basically going to get detected there about that time. We see a smoke cloud go up, so we're assuming there's a destroyer there, and because we're not located, that means he's not running perceptive or twist and track, and that always to me means he's probably not the world's greatest destroyer player, or he's not very aggressive. That's what normally means. Probably 80-90% of the time, if somebody doesn't have located, you're going to win that battle if you are solid, as a destroyer player. So we're looking to push up because if we get a position to get rid of this destroyer, we don't know what it is yet, obviously. But if it's American, that smoke is going to be there a while, and he might want to sit in there and farm out of it. As you can see, there is somebody shooting from it. So we're trying to get into a position to get rid of him. I don't want to leave the cap because I just don't want to give the cap to him. At the same time, I probably could have went around the island or run around the outside and started spotting. But as we're spotted by the carrier, we don't want to be just sitting here because there's probably going to be torps coming. And then we do have at least 1 ship for our team to shoot right now. And we're starting to think this is American smoke because it's there a while. It's starting to be a while. We've already set 2 sets of torpedoes now towards it. Sure enough, it is. Benson comes out. And I'm not too worried about this player. If he doesn't have the located perk, means not going to be a problem. But I am worried about his team, and that's why we turn out. And we're going to go ahead and just try to keep this guy shooting and keep him spotted for our team. I will give his team credit. A lot of his guys tried to get rid of me here. So kudos to the enemy team and doing the right thing and shooting destroyers. We're going to go ahead, get behind this island. He shot his gun, so obviously our battleship now has got him spotted. And we're going to come back to the middle here because we see we're starting to see a battleship pretty close in, right? And he looks like he's kind of charging in a little bit here. So we're going to use our smoke by this island. We've backed up that destroyer, right? We know he's pretty hurt. So if he comes back, we're going to win that battle. In the meantime, we got to help our teammates out. And this is what I was talking about. If you get a reasonable opportunity to use this smoke to farm, 100% go for it. You know, we got the destroyer. He's running away now. So he's not much of a threat to our team. So now we're going to help get rid of Matsu, and I was hoping to help get rid of Dallas. Dallas is really more the threat to me than Matsu, but you do got to be careful. Matsu pushing in, he does have torps, right? So we got to be careful. We get a fire on him, he damage cons it. Our torps are out. We're hoping he doesn't make a turn or he doesn't make it till the very end, but he seems like he's just charging straight out forward. We do get a permanent fire on him. And again, we're trying to see if we can't get these torps to start a permanent flood. And as you can see, we do get that as well. So a lot of times too, if he didn't put that fire out, if you send out a set of torps and then you send it out another set a little bit later, enough for a player to damage con, and then you send out another set behind it to get a permanent flood, that can work too. To be honest, with these torps, I feel like I don't get a lot of floods with them generally, these pan-European torps. So now here, we want to move up to get rid of the destroyer, but he is running away, and we need to get this cap. So cap and destroyer, most important things, and we're working on getting our way over there. And also keeping the Dallas spotted for our team. And to be honest here, there comes a Sabo out that just wrecks this Dallas here coming up as I was trying to get in a position to help get rid of him. And we are getting the cap. And you can see the aircraft carrier is over to our left. So we're actually going to go out and try to spot it for our team. If we get that carrier off the board this early and without driving to the very back of the map to do it, we're going to try to do that. So you can see here, we're moving up on Dallas, and our Scharnhorst absolutely wrecks him. Nice shot, Scharnhorst, if you're watching this. Here, probably should have turned to the inside, but I wanted to make sure I got this guy spotted for our team. And to be honest, we're going to get this guy to work on it as well now that the destroyer's gone. We want to fully win this side and then go. As you see, we're getting citadels with our HE. It is a Raiju, so very possible they, to do that, obviously, as we absolutely have now completely won our side here. And we do, as you can see, we've been kind of around where the airplanes are. We really haven't shot a whole lot down, but I could see somebody's argument if you were going to have that defensive AA as an option. Because we probably could have taken down some more of his planes and maybe saved our teammates' health a little bit. Now we have our speed boost going, but to be honest with you, 5% really isn't that much, and it's not going to make a big difference in the match. But either is that AA with how bad the AA is on this thing, so, it is what it is. So, also, we can see where the destroyer was last spotted, and our rook is not the thing that we're locating. So one thing I try to do in destroyers, as you can see here, I highlight there's a destroyer there, or I think there is one there. I try to help out teammates with that. Sometimes having that information allows a person to do something or make a decision without it they might not have been. And in destroyers, if I, I worry about my team. I don't have to be the one that gets a high caliber every time in a destroyer. I can spot for my team, and if you do a good job of doing that, a lot of times, especially your cruisers, well, help pay out. So we've had a couple opportunities to shoot our guns off in this match. Sometimes that doesn't always happen. There's matches where I get, maybe 15,000 off the gate, getting rid of a destroyer. And the rest of the matches, for the most part, the rest of the time, I'll throw a couple pop shots in there. But sometimes it's not the easiest to just farm, or you might not have the opportunity to farm, especially if there's another destroyer. Like here, I'm being careful with my health because there's still a destroyer. He's out in front of us. We know that now torps are coming. So we're being careful. But one thing he has is he does have a couple battleships here to help him out, right? So we don't want to get any close. We don't want to get too close right now. Also, we see the smoke go up, so we know where he's at. And right now, our battleship is, spotting for us. So again, we're going to slow down, and we're going to help get rid of these battleships, right? I know it sounds bad because there's a destroyer right in front of us. Everybody on my team should know where that destroyer is. And also me going in and just getting obliterated by two battleships and a destroyer because I wasn't smart and just waited until we got rid of the battleships here, because we know the battleship or the destroyer is in that smoke cloud. He's the one that set that smoke. Also, the cruiser was just spotted a little bit ago behind A. I was paying attention to that for a second. And we're going to go ahead and definitely help our team get rid of these guys here. But our battleship is kind of pushing in a little aggressive here, which is okay. But we are kind of shattering a lot of shells on I believe it was probably the turrets is what we're shattering on. Now, you can see here, we get some spotting again from a teammate, so there's no point to bail out of our smoke. Now, at this point, I need to be a little bit smarter here, guys. I have not been paying attention to that cruiser. And you can see we get our destroyer. So we're going to go ahead and help him. And I got a little bit focused here on getting rid of this destroyer. We should have started to probably start moving because you can see he spotted. I did not see that because my map awareness isn't always the best. And I do make a lot of mistakes. And you can see our smoke is gone, and now I'm spotted. Really, really dumb move there on my part. And I was getting a little bit damage hungry there and being stupid. And I got, you know what? I'm going to pay the consequences for it. And this Munchin, kudos to him on sneaking up on me. Way to go, dude. That was a good play and a really dumb move by me. We do get a fire on him here at the very end. But to be honest, the match is basically over at this point. There's not much there. All our teammates have a lot of health for the most part. And obviously they do finish it off. So be careful when you're in it. But obviously we had a very solid match. Clearly helped our team win. We got the cap. We helped get rid of 2 destroyers. We helped with a lot of other stuff, especially getting our helping hand. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you folks next time. Have a good one.